Today we will be learning how to design our city to maximize our troop production as well as how to speed up troop building and what type of troops to build. Since I only have a barrack at level 1, I can only build 10 troops at a time. Let's start by increasing our capacity of building troops by adding a few more barracks. Now we have 4 barracks. We now are able to build 40 troops at a time. Let's build 4 manors as well. Manors are your resource building for silver income, but the most important thing next to that is that they increase your training speed. If we check the barracks again, we are now able to build at 29 seconds each unit. Let's see what happens if we upgrade this manors to levels 2. As you can see, we now won 1 second each unit. We only need to build 1 infirmary for healing, because we won't defend. Best defense is no defense, but I will cover that in another video. So after building this infirmary, after building the workshop, as well as holding an empty spot for our future war block, we can now fill in all the other spots with manors. Remember that manors will increase our troop training speed. Let's see again what did this for us. We are now able to build at a speed of 25 seconds each unit. Another way to increase training speed is by investing in knowledge. The first one is easy and will increase your training speed with 20%, but the other two will be a bit harder to accomplish. If we take a quick look in our palace, under statistics, then under military, and then go to general info, we can see that we now have a train speed increase of 40%, 20 from manners, as well as 20 from knowledge. So let's look at those two harder to get training speed knowledges. The second knowledge we can invest in is under the training tab. You can get it by unlocking higher tier troops. The last one is under the invaders tab. We just let those be for now. If we click on our hero and we go to skills, we can follow the left line downwards to also invest in troop training speed. This one has 3 different tiers as well, where the last tier is only reachable with a hero level somewhere around level 45. Lastly, there's a buff to increase your troop training speed by 20% or by 10%. You can obtain those buffs by buying packs with real money, hitting invaders, as well as buying them from the clan store. As long as you queue your troops when the buff is active, the extra speed will count for the entire length of your training queue. So now we covered all our ways to increase our troop training speed. Let's skip the building part and show you how far we can get in a couple of hours. We now have all buildings at level 6, the maximum for now since our palace is only level 6. We also got a few hero levels just by building, so we were able to spend some points in the troop training skill. Let's see what we won by doing this. As you can see, we now increased our bonuses to 88%, 60 from the manners, followed by 20 from the knowledge, as well as 8% from our hero skill. This means we can now build troops at a speed of 16 seconds each. If we continue upgrading manners and doing those knowledge as well as doing the hero points, you can end up with a training speed of only 5 seconds or even less. Now we know how to increase our troop training speed. Let's take a closer look at what we want to build in this game. You have 5 different types of attacking troops, as well as one type of a scouting troop. Scouts are optional. Most bigger players just hit because they seem scouting to be a way of warning the enemy they are coming. Also, there are 5 tiers of troops. Each tier is a little bit stronger, costs a bit more, resources and time to train, a bit more upkeep. You need to unlock them by doing the knowledges under the military tab. But for now we just focus on building tier 1 troops. Those are the cheapest and fastest to replace. Alright, each troop tier has an effectiveness and a weakness. In combat, your troop's type will look for the most effective enemy to hit first. In case of a mercenary, they will hit cavalry first, then they go to killers, followed by mercenaries, rangers and lastly siege. The system is a bit of confusing at first, because lots of people think they need to have all kind of troops types so they can actually counter enemies. This is partly true but also very wrong, and I will explain why. If we go to knowledge, then military, we will find different knowledges for different troop types. You might understand that upgrading them all will take you a very long time. The same is for hero skills. To invest in all of them, you will need a huge amount of points. Also, there's plenty of hero gear only specific for just one or two different type of troops. That's why only focusing on one type of troop is probably your best bet. Pick a troop you like and build lots of it, so you only have to invest in the bonuses of that specific type of troop to get the maximum damage done. This will avoid your hours of training knowledges, will give you the opportunity to spend your hero points in things more important, and also in the end it will just be better for you in fighting with other people. I will show that in 2 different examples. In this first example, you see two people fighting with all type of troops. They both lost a good amount of troops, and as we look at the bonuses, there's a few, but they all split over all kind of stats, and therefore not very effective. However, if we check the next example, we will see a player hitting with just one type of troop. That type of troop has been boosted to the maximum strength, and he's losing nearly anything, while the other player lost a lot. So you should focus on a troop type you like. Also, even though higher tier troops are stronger, it's always better to send some lower tier with them. Because if it happens that you lose some, they are the most cheap and fastest to replace. See it as a sort of meat shield. Keep upgrading your barracks until you hit about 8 hours of training time. That means you don't lose a lot of downtime during the night to work. When you start unlocking higher tier troops, you are able to train at a longer speed, so you can demolish a barrack and replace it with the manor for even a faster training time. In the end, this game is all about who has the most troops and uses them the most effective. So building speed and the right knowledges make you a lot stronger. Follow this guide and you will become a lot stronger. Thanks for this video.